Hello everybody, this is Backblast. Welcome back to, well, my channel really, because I've been away for Christmas and this is the first video I'm doing after Christmas. If you're watching this in the future, then hey, hello, it's 2019. We're going to be playing Oxygen Not Included, and we're going to be doing a survival rather than the no sweat one. We don't really want that, do we? We want survival. Do we want standard or custom? What's custom? Immune systems regular, duplicate mood regular, stress reactions, yeah, I suppose. Morale requirements, hunger rates. There's a seed thing. We don't want sandbox, do we? We just go for start game. We're going to start game, I think. There's the World Gen seed. So if you're watching and you want to take part, join in. Copy what I'm doing, although believe me, you won't want to copy what I'm going to be doing. Because this is going to be a disaster, I'll tell you. I tend to do okay with this. I mean, I like the game. We're on development build. There's the development build at the bottom. Usual disclaimers for the game. It's in early access or alpha or beta or something like that, but it's early access certainly. And well, you know. One of the things I don't like is changing these too much. I like to just have a random thing. I don't want to go through and go, oh, he's not good enough, let's just change everything. So as long as there's nothing stupid, they'll fall asleep fine. Deep distrust, cannot perform cooking, that's fine. Yeah, as long as there's nothing stupid in there. Like one of the ones I don't like is noisy sleeper, because it just means you have to separate them. Although to be honest, we'll probably end up separating them fairly early. Anyway, should we just call it moon base? We're not on a moon, are we? Base. How's that? Asteroid base. That was supposed to be a capital A. Asteroid base. Let's do that. So we've got 3. If you've never seen this, then basically I'll give you a very, very brief explanation of what's going on. We've got 3 duplicates. We're in the middle of a kind of asteroid thing, although if you dig down or to the left or right, you reach the edge of the world rather than the edge of the asteroid. You know, it stops. If you dig upwards, you reach the surface of the asteroid. So we'll come to that later. Resources are scarce, and this pod that we've just arrived in, it's miles beneath the planet's surface. It's not miles really. We must help them survive before we investigate what went wrong. So here we are. So we now have 3 people. We've got to give them all the basics. So they're going to want food, they're going to want water in order to help do other things. They're going to need some way of doing research so we can get better things. So at the moment we've got nothing. We're going to need oxygen eventually. So food, oxygen, somewhere to sleep, and that's that. There will be loads more later, and eventually we're going to be building rockets that go up in space. So when we start, it's got a lovely blue colour. This is just for beginners. I'll quickly run through it. Lovely blue colour, which is oxygen. If you press F1, you can see how much oxygen there is. Look, it's beautifully blue. Take a good look at that. You won't be seeing that very often. You can have a look at some of the things at the top. So we've got things like how much food there is of various types up there. You can have a look at the vital statistics of the people. I hardly ever look at these, to be honest. This is how much has happened during the day, so how much the stress has changed, whether it's gone up or down, whether the disease is getting worse. You need to keep an eye on all these things really, but I don't tend to look too much at these reports. There's a research one which we can't open yet. There's priorities, and there'll be another couple that'll appear during the game. Again, I don't mess about with the priorities that much. I tend to leave the game to sort them out, but let's just see how we go. The overlays, so I pressed F1 earlier and it showed you how much oxygen there is. The pink ones are either barely breathable, so this is very breathable, this is barely breathable, this is carbon dioxide, you can't breathe that obviously. And as we look round, you will find, so there's a lovely orangey bit there that I can't quite tell you what it is, but it might be hydrogen or something. If I get rid of that, no, it's vacuum there. And you'll realise that different colours mean different things. So carbon dioxide's a mucky brown, beautiful oxygen's blue. What else is there? Oh, we've got some water, lovely, we like water. Hydrogen as well, I can't quite see any, but that's a lovely pink. And you get chlorine, which is a sort of green colour. We've got water, we've got quite a big bit of water there, but we'll be looking for more water. You get these tutorials to start you when you first set off. Let's get going. Food here, these are food, although they're not in a state that you can eat down there. Let's start. So basic controls is going to tell you about how to work the thing, colony management, how to set off digging, and it tells you what's going on. So no oxygen diffuser, no outhouse built. Now I don't need an oxygen diffuser just yet. I've got loads and loads of blue oxygen, lovely, lovely. Oh, those overlays, I said F1, nice oxygen overlay, yeah. There's also all these others, okay, and it tells you what to press. That's F1, F2, F3. I kind of click on here, so it tells you where the electricity circuits are. We haven't got any yet. How warm it is, wow, you won't see that very often either. Most of the time it'll be hot. But there's all sorts in here, lights and things, and where the food is and the decor. Have a look at them yourself. We will be using those quite a bit. We won't be using that quite a bit. Let's get going. So down here we have ways of asking them to do things, because you can't tell them directly what to do. And then over here are things you can build, but I can't build anything because it's all grey. We haven't got any materials. So let's start off by doing some digging. So what I want to do is we're going to make some bedrooms to start off with, okay? And also it says no oxygen diffuser. I'm not that bothered just yet. As I said, beautiful blue. And these, see this here, oxylite, creates oxygen. So there's some more down here. I'm not that worried about oxygen just yet. Let's just build an outhouse and some bedrooms. So maybe I want to start by having the bedrooms separate, so the guys have got somewhere to sleep, and I don't need to then move them away later on. Let's see how big I want to build a bedroom. Maybe like that, 7 by 2 or something like that. 7 by 2, 7 by 4. 7 by 4 will be much better. Right, and I can't build anything yet. Let's just get these guys working. So they're going to set off and they're going to start digging. Yep. Can we dig this out a little bit over here as well, please, Lindsay? And what I'm going to do is we're going to start by, because now some of these have coloured up. You see they've gone red and purple, is that? It's sort of a dark purple. It means that there's things you can build in there. So the oxygen, I can't build anything in there, but I can build a ladder, for example. So let's build a ladder like that. Let's not build a ladder like that. Let's just cancel that. Click cancel here. Let's just cancel that. The reason for that is I want it near the bedroom so that people can come up and down and get to the bedroom fairly quick. So let's just build that down there. You can change the priority of what you want people to do down here as well, and there's all sorts of other stuff. Can we get rid of these, please? So the guys are going to build this. They take the time and they'll do stuff. It'll be fine. We'll get there. Eventually, we're going to have various jobs that they can learn. We're going to need oxygen and stuff. This converts algae into oxygen, but it needs a lot of algae to run it. We'd rather not use that just yet. They can get across a little gap like that. I think they can jump 2. Certainly they can get across that gap. That's not a problem for them. They can certainly get up 2. So there's one step up there. They can get up 2 blocks. So what I might do is we're going to build, I think, all of the cots in one to start off with. Oh, that's not going to fit, is it? We can certainly get 3 in. We've only got 3 duplicants at the moment. Okay. But later on, we'll make these into posher rooms. So that there'll only be 1 person in each. Now these are just going to... Oh, what have you done there, you fool? Look, just cancel that. Cancel those there. Click dig. These are going to make lovely little rooms. We're going to put floors in there. See these, just basic tile floors like that. And we can put a wall on the back. Not very big rooms, are they, actually? Maybe I won't put that on the back. Let's click cancel on that. And let's click cancel on that. I think for now, we'll just build it like that. So that we've got the cots in there. Lindsay's digging up, which is cool. I'm going to need an outhouse, aren't we? So, plumbing, outhouse. Now, where was all that water? I don't want this getting near the water and contaminating it that much. So, let's, for now, pop it there. Now, you'll notice sometimes I get these blocks. See this block? It fell down here. Let's just click cancel and show you. They're complaining they've got no oxygen. There's no oxygen here, you see. Have we dug into like an area where there was a vacuum? I don't know. But the oxalite is producing oxygen. We're doing fine. So this has fallen down. This is sand. When you dig into sand, so this is sand here, it falls down. Whereas like the sandstone won't. It'll stay where it is. So you need to be careful of that. You can get your duplicants blocked in, which you really don't want to do. They can end up suffocating, starving, all sorts of things ending in ing, none of which are pleasant. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel that for the second. Because although 1, 2, 3, 4, although they will be able to build this and this. Oh no, they won't. I haven't dug that out yet, have I? Let's dig that out. Like that. I don't want them digging in here and building these cots. I want them to go and build this outhouse. You can see the different materials that are around the screen. There's lots and lots of different materials. Some of them are very good, some are bad, some are indifferent. So coal is useful for powering coal generators. We've got some copper ore which shimmers. See it shimmering? Whee! Like that. So copper's good for building metal things. So when we start on the power, we'll be using a lot of copper initially. There's things like this algae, which you can use to create oxygen, but also it feeds fish. Oh yeah, there's fish. There's all sorts of little creatures in this game. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna maybe. I don't want to dig that out yet. We want you to build this. Build this outhouse. So they'll build these two. They'll dig that out. They'll dig that out. And then they'll build the outhouse. We want the outhouse, don't we? Or else they'll be weeing all over the floor, and we don't want that. Come on, build the outhouse. Build the outhouse. Get it done. Now you'll see that we've got loads and loads of stuff in here now. Before there wasn't anything. It's because we've dug it all up and it's all lying on the floor. We're going to tidy that up in a bit. Right, what do I want? So the outhouse is getting built. What do I want down here? Do I want somewhere where there's going to be food? Why are you complaining? It's saying there's no illumination. Okay. Right, it looks like we're going to need to get some research going fairly soon. So let's maybe put some research stations in here. I've built it there. It's floating in the air. So let's just put that in. Oh no, not that one. I don't want that one. I want a gap down the side here. And the reason for that is I want to run a pole up and down so they can get up and down quickly. Eventually we'll do that. Germs and diseases. It's telling us about germs and diseases. Yeah, they get sick. Some places are worse for germs. So, for example, this outhouse shows that you can get food poisoning from it. And now he's got food poisoning. That's not what you want, is it? Is there anything I can do medicine? Oh, there's a wash basin. We can build a wash basin. So let's build a wash basin. Alright, we're going to put a wash basin in there. Now they're going to bed. So it's getting late. So up here on the left, we've got a thing that tells you how late it is. This black, I don't know what it is, wedge, sort of moves around. And this is midnight, and this moves around to tell you the hours of darkness. We can speed the game up so we get through night. They're about to wake up now. So what I'm going to do is we're going to build a wash basin here so that when people go to the loo, they then wash their hands afterwards. In fact, I'm going to build another wash base loo toilet thing, outhouse there. I'm going to pop that in there. The reason for that is when one gets full, they won't have anywhere to go. You know what I mean. And it's better to have two so that they won't then wet themselves, which they do. No oxygen diffuser built. Colony requires a food source. I'm working on the food source. We're working on it. So we have this. I can change this. They only use it in one direction, like that. So if they're going from right to left, they will wash their hands. However, it's saying at the bottom that there's insufficient water, so we don't have any water. So tutorial on fetching water, and there's a thing on temperature as well, which is a nightmare. Temperature's a nightmare. So where do we want to get water from? So we're probably going to use this. We'll save the other water over there. So I'm going to dig through here. So let's just build a brief tunnel to maybe go like that. It needs to be too high for a duplicant to get down it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to build a ladder which goes like that. So it goes into the water. We need to dig there. And then also, in order to actually get the water out, we're going to need a pitcher pump. So the pitcher pump has like a thing on the bottom which reaches down into the water. Okay, you see where it reaches to there? So I think we're probably going to build it there. And I'm going to build a little bit of a walkway for them to get to that. This will allow us to get some water. So this is going to be a room that I'm going to use for food, I think. Now I can't actually do anything with that yet until I've researched somewhere to grow food. Where's food? Yeah, okay, I can't do anything. I've got 16,000 calories of food, so we're okay yet. Let's start some research. Now it'll say that I can't do anything. At the bottom it's saying no water on this one. This one here, no wire connected, so we need wire. Now we've got a generator that will generate electricity, so we do that. In order to store the electricity, we're going to have a little battery or two and a wire that goes to all of them. Okay, so they'll build this, they'll build the wire, a couple of batteries, do that, and then they'll run on it to generate electricity, and then they'll be able to do research. Now the research tree looks like this. Loads and loads of stuff. And it's going to take us ages to get through this lot anyway, but we are going to get through it, guys. We are going to get through all this. And eventually you get up to rocketry and solid fuel combustion, hydrocarbon combustion and different cargoes that you can get back from other planets. Oh yeah, it's all here. What I do need is somewhere to get food, so we need a planter box, which is up here. So we're going to do that. Let's get that researching. Now, as it is, there's only this bar here with this purple science symbol, I guess. So it means we can do that with just the basic science module thing here, research station. If, for example, we get onto the later things, you'll notice there's two, which is the basic science station and a computer. We haven't got a computer yet, we need to research them. And then later on, we get research that needs both those and special stuff, which comes from space. Special stuff. We'll be coming to the special stuff in a much later video. So, how are we doing down here? The guys are they're working away. They're doing well. I think what I might do is put another wash basin in here, so the guys can go left and right from there. So let's put. It's there. That's the one. We're going to put that in. Why am I leaving a gap? I don't want to leave a gap. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to build a ladder down here. Like that. I've done something strange. Just cancel that. I could cancel it with that as well. And we're going to dig here. I can change the priority of this. So I could say make it a 9. So it's most urgent. So they would run off and do this first. Or at least they'd look at all the various jobs that have got a 9 next to them. And choose the one that they wanted to do. Good. This is cool. Lindsay's almost finished that. Nails is digging this out, which is cool. See, what's happening is, whenever they do anything, like for example, if they get water, they're going to have to run all the way back down here, all the way down here to put the water in. Ren's decided he's going to fill these up, so we can change this. Let me just have a look at this generator. So they will come and recharge it when these batteries reach 50%. And we don't want that. We want it so it's down at 0 really. So when they run down completely, someone will come and charge them up. Nails has decided they want to do the research, and Lindsay was asleep on the floor. It's the way it goes. It's the way it goes, folks. So the research that Nails is doing will allow us to get those food boxes, and we will then plant some of these. These are called mealwoods. I've just clicked enable auto harvest so they can actually go and get mealwoods off here and eat mealwood. Although, can they do that without a microbe musher? I don't know if they will. Does that just go into there? I think they just eat them. So the batteries are now fully charged, so Ren's wandered off. They won't come and recharge them now until the batteries have run completely down. Nails is using that battery power to do his research. Lindsay's digging out the water pump to be able to use the wash basins. I'm now going to change this wash basin so that it only shows a right arrow. So, oh, that's not it. That's the one. There we go. So it just shows right. So if anybody's used the loo and wants to go left or right from there, use the wash basin. Anyway, guys, we've done about 25 minutes. We're starting off lovely in our colony, and it looks like we're doing all right. And we're going to be building some new bits in here for food, and maybe get some storage area as well to pick up all this stuff that's on the floor. Just tidy it up a little bit. But that'll all be in the next video. I hope you're going to enjoy this series. I'm going to enjoy making this, and we're going to start going a bit quicker. It'll get more complicated later on as we start getting various water systems and air systems, and oh, it does get complicated later. And yeah, I hope that you're going to enjoy it. So my name's Backblast. I hope you join me next time. I'll see you then.